again, Michael?
Yeah.
You know who I am, mediator?
Hey, Michael.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Who are you?
Robert. I'm your
Robert.
mediator.
Nice to meet you, Robert.
I'm Rose.
Rose. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You look very lovely today, Rose.
Thank you. I kept
That's
my
unbiased opinion. You look very lovely
Well,
today.
it's sad. You didn't.
I'd like to welcome you guys to the mediation meeting. My understanding is that, Michael, you requested mediation for a dispute that you two were having. So, let me see. I'd like to welcome you. I'm going to give you some ground rules or basically some introductions on some of the things that we should know before we get started. So some of the things with parking, I'm sure you guys found the parking lot outside. It's not metered. It's 4-hour parking, so you should be able to park out there for as long as you need to. When we get into our discussions, I would like to ask you to remove your electronic devices, put them on silent, or in better yet, turn them off. So that way we don't get interrupted during our meeting. So mine is off. Then I would like to ask both of you, do you both have the ability to settle? Or do you have the authority to settle? As in, like, do you have checkbooks or
Yes.
capability? So you have final decision yourselves? Okay.
I mean, if he comes and works, then yes, we do.
Okay, I just need to know that. I just need to know that you both have the ability to
Yeah.
settle. Okay, good. So one of the things that we're going to move on to is a confidentiality agreement. Confidentiality agreement is an agreement that, where is that? Right here. Confidentiality agreement basically covers what it is that we talk about here today is going to stay confidential. Anything that I'm considered a neutral third party. So if this does go to court, then I cannot be brought in to testify on behalf of either of you unless you agree to it, unless you both agree to it. I can't take sides in this, so confidentially, anything that we say within this meeting stays here. The only things that I have to report are anything that come up, such as if any violent threats come out or anything threatening harm to yourself, threatening harm to elders or children. And so those are things that I'd have to report to the authorities. So also anything that comes out of the settlement, if the settlement comes out, that's confidential unless you both agree to open that up. If say if something doesn't work out and you need to go to court later on, it could come out that the agreement was breached and did not get fulfilled. Okay, so let me just have you sign confidentiality. Nope, you don't need to use the actual pen. Thank you. And Michael. Okay, perfect. So confidentiality is out of the way. Next, I'm going to talk to you about the role of a mediator. So I'm glad that you guys chose to come here for mediation. Mediation is one of the, it's a process that allows the two people who are in dispute to be able to talk to each other through a third party. So my role is to promote communication, to promote listening, and to promote, hopefully, an agreement. This is a less punitive stage than going to court, because if you go to court, you're leaving it up to lawyers to battle it out. It's going to cost you a lot more money, and it also is the outcome could be something that you may not desire, because the judge or the jury could side with one person completely and it could be lost out. Mediation is a way of meeting in the middle and hopefully working out to the best interest of both parties. Okay, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to start talking about talking about the process of mediation. And before I do so, I'm going to offer you guys food and drinks. So, if you have any interest in trail mix or other stuff, give you more M&Ms if you'd like. No M&Ms. You're right. You're right. That's not fair. Okay. Okay. So you've had some M&Ms. You've got some M&Ms. Are you
I
happy?
think we're happy.
Yeah, I'm all good.
We reached the middle ground.
Okay. I have other fruits available, or not fruits, other foods available as well. Now that you both have consumed something, I'd like to let you know that they were laced with cyanide. So if whoever the first one is to settle, they get the antidote.
Huh?
Sweet.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I switched the rules over.
It was a bad joke. It was a bad joke. They were both laced. So, okay. We're supposed to use humor to try to break the ice and try to get things so. Using the threat of death to both of you, I guess, might be.
If your life was on the balance there for a moment. I'm gonna take you out with me.
So, in the mediation process, what happens is first, I told you everything that kind of leading up to. So if you have any questions, if you guys need to take any breaks at any time, just go ahead and say take a break, go to the bathroom. If anything emotional comes up, I forgot I could get some tissues, out here, and there might be some times where there's emotion involved, and if you need to take a break to be able to relax, get your breath, you can do that. If you need to go to the bathroom, just go ahead and say, I need a break, need to take some time to yourself. In the first part, the most important thing is active listening, of being able to listen to each other, and for me to be able to listen to you. So I'm going to ask each of you one at a time to tell me what it is that has occurred with the incident that has led up to this, and I want you to go through and tell me everything that led up to it and what it is that you'd like to see come out of this. And I'll ask each one of you that, and then from that we'll come up with a set of concerns, what your concerns are, and then we'll post those and I'll put those up onto the board. After doing the concerns, then we will talk to each other and we'll work on the concerns and see where we can find common ground. And then if need be, we can have breakout sessions where we go and talk one-on-one, and we can work on individual discussions of seeing what things are that you may not want to talk to the other person about, and then we'll come back together and work on the solution, and then by the end we will hopefully have agreements on how we can settle this, and we can go about our ways. So rules that are necessary for having a mediation are: you have to be nice to each other. You may not like each other right now, but be cordial, be nice. Then I don't want interruptions. I'm going to be a good active listener and let you guys continue what it is you're talking about. If you do start to go off in tangents, or if there is some sort of a rule that's broken, I do reserve the right to be able to stop what it is being discussed. And but between each other, I'd like, as one person's talking to me, for the other person to listen to everything the other person's saying and not interrupt that person, and then give that person the same opportunity. And then use good language. Don't use derogatory words towards each other, derogatory language, especially especially with where we're at. No F words, no bombs, anything like that. And that kind of covers it. You guys have any questions about how the process works?
No.
Okay, so as we're going through and we're talking, I'm going to take some notes to get some of the concerns down, and then after we get some of the concerns down, we'll take those up afterwards and write them up on the board. So, Michael, you called for mediation I'm going to go with actually Rose because you're more familiar with it. I want to give her the platform to be able to talk first about what it is that you want to achieve in mediation, and what were some of the events leading up to before this.
So, I'm Rose. I'm with the sister sorority. We're 2 years old, so we're pretty new sorority.
Okay.
And so we wanted to do a ball with a local fraternity, and Delta, who's Michael was with, came to us and we wanted to discuss having a ball together. So we discussed like what the funds would be, how they would cover 60% and we would cover 40% of the funds to have a good time at a ball because it'd be held at our place, because our establishment is much nicer than their fraternity. So we agreed on that it's going to be at our place, the sorority, and be 60-40 split. And then during the ball was a good time and everything, but then aftermath of it was we got sent a check for $800 that they say that we owe them for our percentage.
Okay, so
But they don't know that we had to clean up our whole house. Someone punched through one of our doors. Two people went upstairs and puked on the carpet, let alone costing us $435 in material.
Sorry, what was that number again?
$435 it cost us in material just to fix the stuff, and that's us doing it ourselves.
Okay.
Let alone if we hired someone to do it, then it'd be probably a lot more than that, probably $1,000, $1,200 out of our pocket.
Okay.
That, I don't know if Delta understands how much work it actually was for us to get our place back to a nice establishment so we could have another ball with another group, someone not Delta, because they're always at our place anyways. Some of them date some of the people that live in our house, so they're there 4 to 5 days a week, it feels like, 4 or 5 of them there, eating our breakfast, always hanging out there, and just not respecting it. Then to come to the ball and ruin our house. I feel like we don't owe them any money. I feel like we took care of our side, they took care of their side.
So, Rose, leading up to this, you said that some of the members of the Delta and your sorority were dating each other. You guys were
There's
joining
probably
each
like
other.
4 or 5 of them.
So, what would you say that the relationship was prior to?
I mean, everyone got along fine. It's more like they were dating them, so you respectfully put up with them being there because they're in a relationship with them.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it seemed like you were
Everyone got
pretty
along.
cordial to each other leading up to this and had good relationships.
That's why we wanted to have a ball with them, because we thought it would be a good event to have for everyone to come enjoy themselves.
Okay.
Not knowing the outcome would be people that weren't there the whole time would show up drunk late and cause a big issue,
Okay.
such as puking on the carpet and breaking stuff in our house.
Okay. So,
So,
let me see.
so I'm not sure if he's been informed that we have paid that much. That's why the mediation was a good call.
Okay, so
Talk about and inform each other of what we've done on each other's sides.
So you're saying that the original agreement was for 60-40% split, and just getting the numbers right, you're saying that 435 was what you spent in material. So
Just to fix the house damages.
So out of this mediation, what is it that you are looking for to be able to
Agree on
So,
an amount
what
that's
would-
lower than $800 that they sent us a check, that they sent us a bill for.
Okay, lower than 800.
So if it's 60-40 split, the $800, I'm assuming it costs $2,000 to do the event.
Okay.
But them not knowing that we had to pay this extra fee at the end to fix everything, I'd like to discuss that further with them so they can understand our side of it and lower that $800 so it's more cordial back to what we were before.
Okay, so from what I'm hearing is that you would like to see relations restored.
Yes.
Eventually back to the way that they were before.
Yeah, money shouldn't be the issue.
Money shouldn't be the issue. Okay. Okay. Michael? I'm going to move on to you now. So, without taking anything into account so far that Rose said, can you give myself the events leading up to and what it is that you would like to see